Our time is valuable, and gaming takes up much of it, and it's not cheap. Many games are 40-hour epics, but some are short and sweet. Here at 3 Dads and a Console, we'll let you know if a game is worth your time by seeing if it grabs us in the first hour. You might already be saying that some games take some time to get good. Well, as a gaming dad, I don't always have that time, and I need a game to grab me right away if I'm going to invest hours of my time to play. In this video, I'm going to talk about precisely that. What I thought about the game in the first hour of playing it, and if I think I'll play more, or if you should even buy it. In this video, we're going to focus on Ubisoft's Skull and Bones. The game was 10 years in the making. We first heard about Skull and Bones in 2013, so I guess it's over 10 years in the making. To say Skull and Bones has been in development hell would be an understatement. I think the idea of the game came from the massive success of Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which was awesome, because Skull and Bones was initially supposed to be an expansion for Black Flag. It was announced on its own as a game in 2017. Skull and Bones became video game meme because no one thought it would ever be released. There are rumors why it took so long and why it had to be released, but those are rumors, so I'm not going to touch that. I'm just going to leave that alone here. I'm going to do something I don't usually do with these videos though, which is give you the answer right off the bat. No, I don't think you should go out and buy Skull and Bones right now. I will get into my thoughts in the first hour of why I came to that conclusion. Skull and Bones is free to play right now though for the first 8 hours though, and your progression carries over if you buy it. You should wait to buy Skull and Bones before you sink your money into a full price because there are many better games to play right now, honestly. If you could drop us a like and subscribe, we greatly appreciate it, as it helps us bring us more content like this. From the start, Skull and Bones asks you if you prefer graphics or performance. I was shocked we couldn't at least 4K 60 frames per second with Skull and Bones. The graphics mode is 4K 30 and the performance is 1440p with 60 frames per second. For how long this game has been in development, I would have thought we would have had this at launch. I was greatly disappointed in the setting. I started out using performance mode as I always do in games, but only noticed how unappealing the water looked in the game. I switched to graphics mode and was happy to see the significant change. It was noticeably better. I was playing Skull and Bones on my PS5 and was provided a code by Ubisoft Canada for review. Right out of the gate though, even with 4K 30 frames per second, Skull and Bones didn't look that great. It seemed more like a game I had played on the PS4 Pro than on a PS5. Because I played many great looking games, like Horizon Forbidden West on my PS5, I think my opinion for Skull and Bones has become jaded. The water effects even look better in Assassin's Creed Mirage than they do in Skull and Bones. I've seen many videos of people comparing Assassin's Creed Black Flag to Skull and Bones, and the water and the boarding of the ships looks better in Assassin's Creed Black Flag. It sucks because, as I mentioned before, I liked Black Flag, so I was hoping that Skull and Bones was going to be this game I want to play. I played the beta for the game and still held out for the finished product and was hoping it would be going to be a lot different. They start you in a battle with another fleet with some larger ships and you need to take down before you ultimately get sunk and start your pirate life. It shows you what large-scale battles look like and gets your sea legs back by showing you how to control your ship and the combat systems. That is when we see that large cutscene that we always see in Ubisoft games where you see the Ubisoft logo. But I was shocked to see there are a lot of Ubisoft studios that worked on this game, and it's a long list. I was shocked to see how many studios from Ubisoft worked on this game. After the battle at sea, which in the end might go quicker if you just let yourself be sunk, you are out in a small ship, I know, shocker, boat, with some shipmates that have already been forgotten their names because honestly, I'll talk about that later, but every NPC in this game is not memorable at all. You meet a lot of not so looking NPCs in this game, and you were given your first quest. They send you out to find resources to obtain that you will need to move forward, and that's when I realized that Skull and Bones was going to be about inventory management. I felt the characters, including yourself, don't matter, and it's all about obtaining an item to get another item that will help you get another item. On the second contract, you go off into the boat into an old ship, and I thought the game would go somewhere because they let me get out of my boat, but the ship felt empty besides these cannons that you can randomly shoot at targets. I understand that the game is all about ship warfare, but it's a pirate game too. I want to get off my boat, have combat missions, not stealth like Assassin's Creed. I was left wanting more. The ship combat is the best part of the game and something I truly enjoyed. But when you board other ships, it feels lifeless and has these weird cutscenes that show the ships already sank beside you and the loot you plundered. I even was one time taken down from flames from the ship I just sunk. If your ship sinks at sea, everything you had on your ship or plundered, unless you return to St. Anne and put the items in your warehouse or turn them in for upgrades in various shops, disappear. There's a main port where you can go to obtain missions, which is St. Anne's, and get upgrades for your ship, or even create other ships. In St. Anne, you take orders from John Skurlock. I think I said that right. He's the pirate captain you work for. You have dialogue with him with different paths you can choose, but I'm unsure if choosing different dialogue trees actually leads you in a different direction. I haven't tried restarting and giving different answers yet. Skurlock looks to be the best looking graphical NPC in the world of Skull and Bones because some of the NPCs honestly look last gen, especially the facial hair on these characters. My issue is that I never found a reason to care about what he said and rip through the conversations to get to the next contract so I can go back to my ship. The ship steering isn't my favorite, as you have a stamina bar along with having to find the perfect wind. They do give you icons to show you the way the wind is going, but it always looks as if my ship is sideways. And honestly, stamina bars in games, I'm just not a fan of them. They drive me insane. It can take some time to get across the map, but there are outposts you can stop at and fast travel to later. You can only fast travel if your ship is docked though. There is a catch though, that fast travel is not free and will cost you coins to travel to different outposts in the world. But coins are fairly easy to come by. And honestly, I end up just using the fast travel system because it takes so long to get across the map. Upgrading your ship or even making another ship is my goal and something I want to progress further in the game. I like that satisfaction that I had in Black Flag of having to take on those big huge warships and sink them soon with huge combat. Playing with others is fairly easy and seamless. You can easily invite random players if they're in the same area as you and play the game together. If your friends are online, you can invite them fairly easy as well, and there's no loading screen for them to join the game or for you to join their game. I have to say that the multiplayer aspect of this game is done extremely well. I was actually shocked how well it works. I will continue playing Skull and Bones because I know what it is, and some parts of the game I do like. I've had a hard time getting over the fact that it feels like a last-gen game on next-gen consoles though. It doesn't look that good compared to other games out right now, and the gameplay loop isn't as fun as other games that I've been playing. Honestly, Helldivers 2 is amazing. I did have fun playing with friends, so I hope that some of them continue to play the game. I feel like this game could have been so much more if they leaned in the pirate aspect of the game and made the world feel like there's more to do in it than just ship battles. I wish there was more of the contracts off ship and some sort of combat system that didn't involve the ship. They had a great idea for a game, but I think after a long development cycle, it lost sight of what it wanted to be and became about getting it out there so we can just play it. Now, I have to say, I don't hate this game, and I think probably watching this video you're like, oh, this guy is just not a fan of it, but I'm only going off what I felt in the very first hour of the game and talking about you spending your money. I just don't think this game is worth the price of admission right now. If this game came in at $40 or $50, I would honestly recommend it to everybody because the gameplay loop is fun, and I do love pirate games, but it's not right now, and it costs a ton of money to jump into this game, and I just don't see it because they do overload you with the microtransactions. If you go into where you create your character screen is and you want to change your character's appearance, they actually have the stuff that you need to pay for right there. It's not like you go into a shop. You'll actually look on it and you'll be like, oh, I want to put that on my character, and then it'll take you to the screen to go buy it after, which I'm not a fan of. So for me right now, it's a pass on Skull and Bones. But like I said before, I'm going to continue playing. I'm going to do a full review, but I just can't recommend anybody to buy it right now at this cost. I'm not giving up on it yet, and I will give a full review once I have spent more time with the game, but unfortunately, I can't recommend someone to purchase this game at this time. As I mentioned before, you can try the game for free right now, giving everyone watching this a chance to form their own opinion. In the comments, let me know if you played the game and what you think of it, or will you play it? I wish I liked it, but we'll see if it grows on me. This has been Court for 3 Dads and a Console. Thank you for watching.